another matchup out of Michael Miller.
While we're taking some pictures, if you guys don't know who these three gentlemen are right here at commentary. On our next intermission, come up, shake their hand, take a picture. That's Josh Cate in the middle. Has owned one of the top gyms in the area for a long-ass time. Torres Finney just won our Aries middleweight championship just 6 days ago. And that gentleman on the end is UFC fighter Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman. Go see him at our next intermission.
So yes, thank you for the shout out from Jeff Hobbs, you know.
I didn't mean to embarrass you, folks.
Now, Torres, man, you can do it all, can you?
I tried.
All right, we are ready for our next bout of the evening. It is sponsored by Chuck Ward and the crew right here at the world-famous Cotton Eye Joe. They deserve a round of applause for letting us do this. It is in the bantamweight division, and it's scheduled for three-minute rounds. Your first fighter, fighting out of the Allure Properties blue corner. He weighed in at 131.4 pounds. He's coming to us from Newnan, Georgia. This is Michael Miller.
So Michael Miller, debut coming out of independent MMA out of Newnan, Georgia. And this is a little, you know, it's not necessarily almost like animosity, but this is like a little small rivalries between these two gyms, between independent MMA and Agoge. They've had the last two shows. You've had the guy is right there in his corner. Khalil Sims fought an Agoge fighter by the name of Brevin Sullivan. And then the last fight card, Brevin Sullivan fought another teammate out of Michael Miller, Brendan Johnson. So now you have another Agoge guy versus an independent MMA guy out of Michael Miller and Kobe Ford. So, you know, they've been getting some, you know, a lot of matchups between each other, and each gym shows tendencies. So what are your thoughts about this matchup, Scott?
Well, you know, anytime when you have those close gyms that have those rivalries, you know those guys really well, but it also creates a little more heated environment. You know, again, the second fight in a row, what stands out to me is the weight advantage for Kobe Ford. I don't know if Michael's belongs in a little bit smaller weight class or not, but, you know, it paid off last fight, so I'm definitely curious to see this again, and we'll see how it goes. You know, of course, Kobe Ford's from Agoge, and, you know, a really good gym.
Yes, sir. Now we take it back to Jeff Hobbs.
And his opponent, fighting out of the Knoxville Mortgage Brokers red corner. He weighed in at 136.9 pounds. His record of 1 win with no losses. He's representing Agoge combatives out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is Kobe Ford.
So now we have Kobe Ford coming in at 1-0 out of Agoge combatants out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And boy, do you see him, he is hyped and ready to go. Kobe Ford, man, he has a lot of guys. I mean, he has Quint Sims, Bud Cook, he has a lot of guys on his back. But man, what an exciting fight to see out of this one. Kobe Ford in his last matchup went against a guy that was a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And Kobe, you know, from what I recall, Kobe took the fight before he came and started training at our gym. So we didn't know what to do, but we helped him out anyway, and he took the fight on like 3 weeks' notice and submitted a blue belt with a guillotine. So, I mean, he has that natural talent. He's athletic. Now that he has been training, it's going to be interesting to see the full-fledged Kobe Ford in the full camp. Josh, what are your thoughts about this matchup?
He's coming out super amped up, so we'll see if he can rein that in a little bit. One thing for sure with these lighter weight guys, there's lots of scrambles in action anyway, so, you know, hopefully he doesn't burn himself up in the first round with all this hype. Yeah,
I agree with you, man. Kobe is coming in. I mean, Mark Law is trying to put the grease on his head, and Mark Law got to jump up with him to get the grease.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Yeah, just based on the stories you're telling here, it seems like Kobe has a little bit of the crazy that you need to get some wins in this sport. So, you know, both guys look high energy, and, you know, the small guys are always fun, lots of scrambles, lots of action. So I think we're in for a little treat here.
Yes, we are, man. Another one right here. An Agoge versus independent MMA. Kobe Ford versus Michael Miller. And Caleb Miller's the referee. Oh!
Starts off with a head kick.
Man, that was really close. Probably caught him a little bit on the chin. And here we go to take now, but oh, he rolls him over on top, and Kobe Ford comes out on top. He's look like he's going for another guillotine.
Mounted guillotine is hard to get out of.
Micah doing a real good job right here, trying to fight the legs, sort of trying to get loose. Kobe's got this choke in deep though.
Man, he's got that in really deep, and he's punching. Oh, that guillotine, looks like the head is starting to come out, but man. Ooh.
He's really putting some effort into it.
Kobe, you know, you sit here, ask yourself the question, you're gonna, you don't want to burn out your arms trying to fight for that guillotine. And now Michael Miller is back on top.
Got double underhooks here. He can work to get to the side, get to the back, or stand back up.
Now, Kobe's starting to try to strip his hips out a little bit. Michael Miller with a really good top pressure currently.
Seems like Michael Miller, you know, he seems educated in the grappling department on the bottom, sort of did just enough to stay out of that choke, and now he's trying to push the knee down. He's trying to pass. You know, we'll see if he commits to jiu-jitsu or starts to try and posture up and score some points.
Do we see an armbar?
Miller working knee cut pass.
And a really good knee cut pass. I think you're starting to see the energy of Kobe Ford to slowly fade away. Michael Miller is still moving at a really good pace. Now he's in mount. Kobe got to move. He got to defend himself. Kobe got to keep moving. He's not defending himself.
A lot of those punches aren't really landing, but he's not defending himself intelligently. So.
And now Michael Miller gets the victory.
Good victory by Michael Miller there. He kind of, you know, he weathered that storm early, you know, stayed safe in that choke, systematically passed the guard, you know, moved in, rained some punches down, and you got to defend yourself. We saw that the last fight, and, you know, they're not letting you have any extra time down there as an amateur.
No, definitely not. And Michael Miller, as rightfully so, getting the ground and pound, constantly kept the flurry going. As Kobe, he balled up. He had to still defend himself, and he couldn't, and Michael Miller comes out with the victory. What a win by the debut out of Michael Miller. And that to be the guy that has already experienced in the cage. So,
yeah, always interesting to see sort of the chess match going during the fights, you know, where guys decide to spend a little gas money and where and when. You know, Kobe really chose to go hard for that choke, and you know, maybe an inch here or there, he gets that. But if not, you're underwater quick.
Yeah, you're exactly right on that. And now we're getting ready for Jeff Hobbs. He's not in the cage yet, you know. Good old famous Jeff Hobbs.
Hold on, let me do this thing. He's going to finish up his beer, and then he'll be right in.
Now Jeff Hobbs is here to make it official.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Caleb Miller, stops this bout at 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the first round. Your winner by TKO, Michael Miller.
Really good fight by Michael Miller in this matchup. Really good on him to get this win and get this victory. Really good fight by both guys, and really good performance early on in the debut.
A heavyweight fight.
So now we are